while lockdown definitely had its challenges, one of the beautiful things about lockdown was the chance that we had to spend time at home and to do some of the things at home that we perhaps didn't have any time to do otherwise. So we ourselves and our family had the opportunity to plant some fruits, some vegetables, all sorts of things, and to watch them grow, and it was wonderful. The kids enjoyed it, we enjoyed it, and it was really, really special to be able to see that. And actually that joy that you feel when you see the fruits of your labor beginning to grow is how our Shabbat Ki Tavo begins. Begins by talking about the farmer who sees their first fruit beginning to ripen, their first fruit beginning to appear on the tree, and how they have to go out and they have to get it ready, and ultimately they have to take some of that first fruit and bring it to the Almighty as a thank you in a show of appreciation for Hashem helping to grow that produce. Now, in the declaration that a farmer says when they bring up those first fruits is a line which actually has become a very, very significant part of our liturgy. It's a line that comes up in a number of different places, and it's as follows: Vayishma Hashem et koleinu. When he talks about Jewish history and he talks about the Almighty listening to the Jewish people when they pray to Him, when they turn to Him for help, it uses the phrase Vayishma Hashem et koleinu. God listens not to our tefillot, not to the prayers that we say, but to our voice. And this is, of course, a phrase that we use in our tefillot, in our daily prayers. We have a blessing, Shema Koleinu, in the Amidah each and every day as we approach Rosh Hashanah during the Slichot service. Throughout this time of year, we say Shema Koleinu, God, please listen to our voice. And the question of the Chofetz Chaim is, why are we asking God to listen to our voice? We're standing there praying, we have beautiful words that we are saying. Why don't we say Shema Tefillotenu, listen to our tefillot, listen to our prayers, listen to our words? Why to our voice? So in order to answer that question, in order to share the Chofetz Chaim's answer, let's just think about another instance in which that comes up, and one that perhaps will be familiar to us from our lives. So when Abraham and Sarah, Avraham and Sarah, our forefathers, they had a bit of challenges at a certain point, and they disagreed. They disagreed on what should be done with Ishmael, with Avraham's oldest son, Abraham's oldest son from a different marriage. And Sarah told Avraham what he should do, and he wasn't so sure. He wasn't so sure whether he should listen to what she was saying or not. And Hashem said to him, God came to him and said, Shema b'kola, listen to her voice. And again, the commentaries say the same thing. Why listen to her voice? Listen to what she is saying, not listen to her voice. And they answer by way of example. Now, there are many times, and again, I'm sure people might be familiar with this, there are many times where we say something to where our wife says something to us, and might not be exactly the words that we should be listening to, but it's actually the tone of voice that we should be listening to. So let's think of an example. If we say, you know, darling, we had that wonderful evening that we planned. You know, we were going to go to the theatre together. You know, we've been looking forward to it for a while. Well, there's a very important football match on that night, and the boys are all getting together. Maybe I can go to the football match, and we'll go out next week instead. And she turns to you and she says, okay, if that's what you want. Now, the words say, okay, if that's what you want. But the tone and the voice definitely do not. It happens with our children as well. When people are fighting, you say to them, please say sorry, and you get a very sorry. Again, is it the words or is it the voice? Says the Chofetz Chaim, when we're talking to God, when we're listening to other people, it's not the words, it's the voice. We need to look deeper. We need to look beyond what people are saying, and we need to hear actually what they are saying from deep within. What is the voice that is calling out to us? And when we talk to God, He hears the same thing. When we say the tefillot, are we just mumbling them? Are we just by rote going through a bunch of words, some of which we understand or some of which we don't? That doesn't mean anything. God is not listening to our tefillot. God is listening to our voice. He is listening to what's coming from deeper within, from within ourselves, and it's that voice that God ultimately listens to. As we approach Rosh Hashanah and we say Shema Koleinu, let's take those words to heart. Think not just about what we're saying, but how we are saying it. What is going on inside of ourselves? What are we really trying to communicate to God? Are we being open and honest And are we genuinely trying to find some way to connect? That is what the Almighty is looking for. Vayishma Hashem et koleinu. God doesn't want to hear our prayers. He wants to hear our voice from deep within. Shabbat Shalom.